Our correspondent Neave is joining me live from Kiev now. Neave, what is the latest in the Bulatov case?
Well, the hospital where Dmitry Bulatov is recovering from his 8-day ordeal is still the site of a standoff between Interior Ministry police. Only a handful of them are there remaining, and groups of protesters who are there first and foremost to make sure that Bulatov isn't issued with an arrest warrant that was released yesterday, as announced on the Interior Ministry website. Bulatov is wanted for a host of allegations, including inciting riots here in the center of Kiev, a particularly strong charge against Dmitry Bulatov. But after his horrific ordeal in which he described himself as having been crucified by unknown assailants, there's been widespread criticism, as we heard just there, internationally, from the EU, from the Americans, and from other countries as well, over Yanukovych's handling of the protests. But there's also been pressure coming from within. The Defense Ministry are calling on Viktor Yanukovych to bring about peace and control here, to get people off the streets and to get the protesters out of government buildings. But maybe, says the former Speaker of Parliament, it's time for the protesters to take up an earlier offered by President Yanukovych to make one of their own, opposition leader Yatsenyuk Prime Minister. Here's what the former Speaker had to say.
Offering the position to Yatsenyuk was difficult for the president. I believe he should accept this offer because there are no alternatives and Yatsenyuk would unite the country.
So meanwhile, Neave, Yanukovych goes on sick leave. Is this pressure that you mentioned, both domestically, internationally, is it all getting too much for him?
That's a big question. Nobody really quite knows what Viktor Yanukovych is up to. He's clearly away from the public stage, and that's raised a host of questions amongst people, of course, like the members of the Defense Ministry, but also mainly protesters here. Here they feel that the natural conclusion to all of this is to see Viktor Yanukovych step down and for there to be new elections held a year early. All eyes are now on all important talks taking place in Munich, where the members of Yanukovych's inner circle, the foreign minister of Ukraine, will meet together with the likes of US Secretary of State John Kerry, along with opposition leaders, to work out a roadmap for the future of this country. But what people here really want is a roadmap for a future without Yanukovych.